both will be pleased.
That's
Correct.
correct.
Have you already started the paperwork?
Yes,
All the
Judge. We've already,
paperwork is done and signed.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go back. I'm gonna recall the attorneys, see if some have
Judge-
decided to be here on time. Yes,
I'm so sorry to interrupt. My name is Monica Forster. My name wasn't called, but my attorney is Sharon Thorne. She's in another room.
you're, all right. Are you supposed to be in County Court 5? Cinco.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge, she's on the docket on page 2,
Which case number?
658141.
658.
141.
There it is. Monica Forster, and it's Sharon Thorne. You're right, I missed that. I didn't call it. I didn't call two of them. 655-766, Matthew Sudell. And attorney is Juan Hernandez.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm here.
It's just we're both ready and have already submitted all the plea paperwork.
Very good. And then the second one that I missed, I don't know why, but it's Monica Forster,
Yes, sir.
658-141, and she has answered. And that's Sharon Thorne. Ms. Thorne? Ms. Thorne is no
She
response.
called me. She contacted me this
Running
morning.
late. Yeah,
She's in another room. Yes.
she's running late, Judge. I got her email.
I'm sorry, Nicole, did you get a contact from Sharon?
Yes, I did. She's running late, Judge. She emailed me.
Okay. All right, now,
Judge, I'm
Carolyn
here.
Whitman, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Judge. Good morning.
Good
This
morning,
is
Ms. Beza.
Judge, I'm here for Ms. Corley on 648-316 for Aaron Perez.
Yes, he
And I
appeared
do
on,
see he's,
your
I do see that he's
client was
present.
here on time.
yes, Judge. If it's okay, Judge, can Mr. Perez be excused? I do need to confer with the state. And then once we receive an offer, Ms. Corley will reach out to Mr. Perez and relate that offer information to him.
I'm putting you, Ms. Beza, on the list to confer.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge,
Carolyn
Deputy
Whitman.
Contreras.
Carolyn Whitland, I saw you.
Good morning.
Are you frozen or what? Carolyn, I see you.
Yeah,
There you are.
can you hear me, Judge?
Yes, I do now. All right, you were number one on the list. Alexander Guzman did not respond. GOG, you're having trouble with your computer because you're frozen again, Carolyn. I'll wait till you unfreeze.
Judge, Deputy Contreras in the courtroom.
Yes, sir.
We have a latecomer, number 1 on the docket, 321313, Jose Vasquez,
Okay.
Bostwick.
Would you inform Mr. Vasquez that his
Bostwick.
case- I'm sorry, Bostwick. Thank you, Mr. Contreras. Inform him that his case has been closed. He doesn't have to worry about this anymore.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. Tell him to
Your
get
Honor,
in
Thomas
touch with his
Blasier.
with the lawyer. I'm sorry, somebody spoke up.
Oh, Your Honor, Thomas Blasier, I'm back from conferring.
And who's this?
Thomas Blasier, Your Honor.
Tomas Placier. All
Yes, Your
right.
Honor. 652772, top of the second page, I believe.
All right, sir. Talk to me.
Sir, talk to the state. They're going to tender dismissal this afternoon, Judge.
Over your strenuous objection, right, Tom?
Of course, Your Honor.
Thomas, be safe. Good work.
Thank you, Judge. Good seeing you again, Judge. But maybe we'll be excused.
Go take care.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Sanchez, you're excused. Your attorney has gotten your case dismissed. All
Judge,
right.
David Christian here. I'm back from conferring.
Mr. Christian,
I represent McCall Sanders, and we're back from conferring. If we can get another pretrial setting, we do have an offer that we need to discuss.
I am noting reset to discuss offer. I'll give you 30 days and that's it.
What's the case number on that one, David?
That's 651-552.
Two. How many days, Judge?
30 days.
Okay. And I did check, David, there is a file already.
Okay, yeah, great. No, she had everything. Nicole, what day are you looking at there?
I'm looking at, actually, I think we're ready and,
Well, it don't matter. I mean, where am I going? I'm not going anywhere. It doesn't matter.
I'm looking at October 7th.
Okay. Sounds great. Let's
David,
go.
do me a favor and call me this afternoon, please. Mr.
Who's that,
Christian,
Judge?
Yes, sir.
give me a call this afternoon, please.
David?
Yes, sir. I'll call you. Thank you,
All right.
Nicole.
You're welcome.
Marshall White should be conferring now. Ms. Pollard, Mr. White,
Yeah, they're conferring. She's with Miss Reed.
okay.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
I've conferred on Kevin Trejo. We do have an offer now, but we would like one more pretrial setting. Also,
Mr. Hunt on,
Kevin Trejo, 647-898.
all right. You want what now?
Just if we can have a reset, and 10-7 is fine with me.
Okay. I'll email you the actual reset, James.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, sir. Take care and stay safe.
Thanks, you too.
Your Honor, Deputy Contreras in the courtroom once again.
Yes, sir.
I have a latecomer, Mr. Jesse Salazar, 666607.
All right. Very good.
Miss Julie left, I think.
It's 9:25 and he's checked in.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Ms. Pollock,
She left, Judge.
okay, she went to juvenile court. All right.
Mhm.
Mr. Contreras, deputy,
Sir.
inform Mr. Salazar that his attorney has checked in, but it's going to be quite a while until she returns. She's doing some work with juvenile courts.
I'll inform him, sir.
Thank you. All right.
Hi, Judge, this is Carolyn. I think I tried to start my internet. I think it might be a little better. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Nice and clear.
All right, perfect. Mari sent me something yesterday about an individual on the docket named Alexandria Guzman. I don't see her on here, but I will say I don't even know that I have an email address for her because I haven't been in contact with her for a while. But I was on this and I've read through the summary, and Mari's messaging me now that they want to terminate the probation. So we're just discussing that in the chat and just let the court know kind of what's going on.
Okay, I'm going to give you 10 days to find your client. Otherwise, there will be a failure to appear.
Okay, that's perfect. I think that according to Mari, she said she did talk with her PO yesterday and that she thinks she might be sick. So I don't know. I mean, I looked at the system. It looked like they had court appointed her somebody different, which I was kind of confused with because I was retained a long time ago, but it's fine. We'll figure it out, Judge.
Okay, you have 10 days. Thank
All
you.
right, perfect. Thank you. Mari, if you can, I'm going to put my cell phone number in here. If you can just call me when you get a break.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
All right, perfect. Thanks.
Paul Goki, I see you. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I am well. How about you?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I tried to get into this meeting before through my iPhone, and I had 2 meetings going, so I resolved that other one, and I'm back. Sorry for the interruption.
No problem. What you got with your client?
I represent Don Lee Nelson.
Right, he did not answer.
Yes, this is our first appearance, Judge, and I've spoken to him regularly. He did express some hesitance about the Zoom and the technology. If you could give me a reset and let me contact him, he can appear with me at the next setting. This is, I believe, our first setting for me to have entered an appearance on this.
All right, mark it Zoom issues. I frequently use an expression that says to err is human, forgive divine, but to really screw up, you need computers.
Yeah, I've heard versions of that. I like it.
All right, I'm gonna give you, what do you need, 2 weeks?
If I get 30 days, that'd be in
All
better
right,
shape.
we'll give you 30, that's reasonable.
That works for me, sir.
All right, Mr. Goki, stay safe.
Yes,
I
sir.
need
You
to
too.
get- I need to be in touch with you, but I'll call you later.
Okay. Thank you very much. You
You're
have my
welcome.
mobile number, right?
Stay safe.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Scott Engelkey, are you available? Are you here? Scott Engelkey, it is 9:29, no response. And his client is a failure to appear, is a fugitive and continues to be so. It's consistent. We have no response from Eduardo Jimenez. Attorney. Eduardo Jimenez, nada.
No.
Linda Corley, okay, we know she's gonna be late. In fact, Kim Beza is here for her. I'll take that back. And then we have Cornelius Cox. Nothing from Cornelius Cox, 9:30.
No.
And David Garcia at 9:30, no response from David Garcia. All right, let's see what we can do about the pleas. Anybody, defendants?
Your Honor, Mr. Siddell and I are ready to go.
Who?
Mr. Matthew Siddell, 655-766, second page, top.
It's in the middle of my page, but that's okay. Juan Hernandez. All right, we got, let's see how many pleas we got ready to go. We have Siddell,
Yes.
Monica Forrester. Let's see, Sharon Thorne is late, so no. Looks like Mr. Siddell and Mr. Barrera are the only ones ready to go on a plea. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, let me open up my computer and see if we can, the laptop, and see what we have on the papers. Are we ready on everything, Nicole?
Yes, Judge, we should be, a lot of the paperwork, all this paperwork was done a while back. So everything should be good to go. I believe you signed everything also, Judge.
Vamos a ver. Let's take a little recess, folks. 5 minutes while I go over my computer, see what's happening.
Hello, Nicole. It looks like, things are at a break. I can't hear you.
I'm muted. I'm sorry. What was that, Marshall?
Looks like things are at a break.
I think so. Judge is just looking for the paperwork that we're about to take the pleas on right now.
Okay. If I could
What's going
report
on?
back if I could just report back, Ms. Pollard is gonna need some time to get to video, I believe. I don't know if
Okay.
she's back on this call or not. So she
Okay,
said 30 days or so.
Yes. Let's see. And that's for Olga Fuentes, right?
That's correct, Nicole.
Okay, 30 days, is that okay?
What day?
Is 30 days okay?
Yeah, 30, that's fine with me.
Okay. So I'm using October 7th right now.
October 7th?
Yes, but I'll still email you the actual reset.
Okay, I'm not too sure if Ms. Fuentes overcame her technical problems or not. Ms. Fuentes, are you on the call?
Oh, you got off.
Well, she called me earlier this morning, so at any rate, I'm not too sure how the judge wants to play that.
You're fine. It'll be October the 7th and I'll email you the actual reset, okay?
All right, well, you guys have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Nicole,
Yes.
this is Abe Garza. On my case,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna tender a dismissal. I don't know, do I need to talk to the judge or?
They're gonna do a dismissal?
Yes,
Okay, no, that's fine. And what's the case number?
it is 653403.
6534. It's being
Amanda.
dismissed.
Amanda Espinosa Alvarado.
Okay, got it.
Okay, can we leave or do I need to talk to the judge?
You're good to go.
Amanda, you can take off, all right?
Okay, thank you so much.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We'll see you guys later. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ivan, what are you emailing me?
I sent you the notices. So after everyone signs it, I get a notice that everyone signed it.
Right.
I forwarded to you just in case Judge needs it, or if he can't find it in his inbox.
Yeah, you're right. I see it all here. Judge,
Yes.
everything is good to go for Ivan. I can forward you all these emails that shows everything's been done if you need it.
Nicole, there's just one that I did not receive a notice of full signature completion, which is for Zachary Martinez, and it's the plea paperwork.
The plea paperwork.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the plea agreement. I sent you the email on that, but I checked my inbox. I didn't see the one for
actual
the
plea agreement.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can send that right now. If you want to do that right now, right?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, chat me his email address. Do you have it?
Yes.
Nicole, I don't show anything on
Judge,
the,
it was a long time ago. We're talking like a couple of months ago.
what?
We're talking about a couple of months ago. They had this paperwork ready to go.
Have I already signed off on it or what?
Yes, you have.
Okay, so I don't need to look for it then, do
You
I?
don't need to look for it.
And which one are we talking about?
And these are gonna be for Ivan Barrera, and then I believe also on
Mr.
Juan Hernandez. I believe his are done too. There's only one packet I need to get ready for Ivan.
And Nicole, I'm not sure if it might be easier. I have the one where, oh, well, no, never mind. No, disregard.
No? Okay.
And Judge, when you have a moment, may I approach?
Yeah, yes, sir, hold on. Has Mr. Norton conferred?
Yes, sir.
What's your response?
Caitlin is going to get us finish up a little bit on the discovery. She gave us a plea offer, which I think is very reasonable. And we just asked for time. I'd like to get Mr. Pena in to discuss the offer and review his factual situation.
30 days?
That sounds good, Your Honor.
Mr. Norton, you and your client, Azarian Pena, are excused. You guys stay safe, okay?
Thank you. You too, Your Honor. Nicole, may I take a moment to go into a breakout room with the client?
Sure. Is this Jay, right? Sorry.
Yes.
Can you go back into the same room and I'll send them in there?
Okay, will do.
Who's your client? I'm sorry. What's your client's name?
Azariah
Pena. I'm here.
Somebody wanted to approach him.
Okay, I just want to make sure his name was on there.
That was me, Your Honor.
That was who? Who was
Okay,
that?
so room 6.
It was me, Your Honor. Jay
Oh,
Norton.
okay, Jay. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize it.
There you go, Jay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so we're ready on Ivan.
Not yet, Judge.
The other plea is on Juan Hernandez. We ready on that or not?
Yes, we are, Judge.
Your Honor, the
Nicole?
state has received all the paperwork and it looks like you've actually signed all of the paperwork for Ivan's client and Mr. Hernandez's client.
All right.
Except for our plea packet, Caitlin.
You know what, Nicole? I apologize. These were sent back in July. So I had sent the plea packet. So all of that had been signed. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I don't think Ivan knew that.
Oh, I don't think I talked to him about it, but I just confirmed that it was all done.
Okay. Okay, so I just sent some new paperwork. So Ivan, disregard.
Okay, let's find Matthew Siddell. I see you. All right.
Yes, sir.
Zachary Martinez.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Good morning. Okay.
Good morning.
Ángel Hernández.
Presente. Aquí estoy.
Okay. Mr. Barrera, do we need a person to translate for Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, then we're gonna have to redo this at this point. Let's get the other, señor Hernández va a tener que esperarse un ratito, ¿eh? Ángel Hernández.
Presente.
Sí, digo, se va a tener que esperar un rato.
Está bien. Gracias.
All right, Zachary Martinez and Matthew Siddell, please raise your right hand. Do you each of you solemnly swear that in these proceedings, the answers and information you submit will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Mr. Martinez.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Mr. Siddell.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Gentlemen, I need to make very clear to you and remind you that you have certain rights and protections. There's a official record being prepared by the court reporter, Ms. Kayleen Rivera. Kayleen, are you here? There you are. You're right in the middle of my screen. All right. I'm making a record that I'm informing you. First of all, you each individually have a right to remain silent. That means you do not have to say anything at all. You don't have to answer any questions. You don't have to submit written paperwork that has your signature, especially papers that admit or confess to wrongdoing. Do each of you understand you have that right, Mr. Siddell?
Yes.
Mr. Martinez?
Yes, sir.
Each of you has a right in your particular case or cases to a jury trial on any and all charges. That jury trial means that you and your attorney and the state's attorney could pick 6 people from a jury pool of disinterested parties who would hear the case, testimony, information, evidence, and decide whether you have been proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt or whether you're not guilty. That's called the right to a jury trial. Do you understand that you have that right on your case, Mr. Siddell?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Martinez, on each of your cases?
Yes, sir.
You each have the right to what's called confrontation of witnesses. If you go to trial, people will testify. And then you and your attorney would have, and the state, but primarily this is your right, you would have the right to question, cross-examine, or challenge any witness who would testify. That's called the right to confront witnesses. Mr. Martinez, you understand you have that right?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Siddell, you understand you have that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. There's also a right to appeal. That means that each of you individually on each case would have the right on your own or your attorney on his own, or the two of you combined, to demand that a higher court review the official record, the evidence, everything in this case, for whatever legal challenges you wanted to make. You'd have to follow the rules on that. It's pretty technical. You have to use the right forms. You have time limitations, etc. Do you understand? Each of you has that right. Mr. Siddell?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, each of you and the state, by the way, in each case, have the right to demand that this hearing be done in the open public courtroom. Because of the COVID pandemic, we're not doing that right now. What we are doing is what's called video conference, as you can see by your computer or your phone. Now, to proceed in your hearing and your pleas, you have to agree or consent to the video conference. And it is my impression from the paperwork that you each, in each of your individual cases, have agreed to a video conference. However, I'm stressing that you have the right to make that demand for a public courtroom hearing. Mr. Martinez, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Siddell?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, gentlemen, each of you has reviewed paperwork in this case and signed it. You're supposed to have reviewed it carefully with your attorneys. Mr. Siddell, did you review your documents, the paperwork that has your signature with your attorney?
Yes, I have.
Mr. Martinez, did you review the paperwork in your case with Mr. Barrera?
Yes, sir, I have.
All right. Do you have any questions about the papers you reviewed and signed, Mr. Martinez?
No, sir.
Mr. Sudell?
No, sir.
Now, did each of you in fact sign the consent to video conferencing this hearing? In your case, Mr. Martinez, both hearings?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sudell?
Yes, sir.
All right, attorneys, Mr. Barrera and Mr. Hernandez. Did each of you review the documents that are signed by your client and counsel and guide and explain to your individual client the particulars of the documents they signed?
I did, Your Honor.
I did, Your Honor.
All right. Now, attorneys, Mr. Hernandez and Mr. Barrera, are you each satisfied that in your particular client's case, and Mr. Barrera on both of them in your client's case, that the state has complied with Article 39.14 Texas Code of Criminal Procedure in complying with complete discovery? Mr. Barrera?
Yes, Judge. I am satisfied and states complied.
And you signed the document accordingly?
I did, Your Honor.
And Mr. Hernandez?
I am, Your Honor.
All right. Gentlemen, Mr. Sudell and Mr. Martinez, you have each signed papers, one in particular that's titled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights in Court's Admonitions. In there, it talks about each charge that you have, what kind it is. It also reviews the range of punishment for the particular crime involved. Then it has 15 numbered sections that remind you that you have, that you're waiving, that you're aware of, and that you're waiving particular constitutional rights and protections. Did you review that document, Mr. Sudell?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Martinez?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right. Do either one of you have any questions about that document? Mr. Martinez?
No, sir.
Mr. Sudell?
No, sir.
Did each of you see and understand that the deal that's being made with the state that you agreed to, I am not bound to it. As a judge, I have the authority and responsibility to say yes or no. I must say either yes or no to your deal. I can also give you any punishment in the range of punishment, including punishment that's higher or heavier than what you agreed to. If I reject your deal, if I say no, or if I give you a punishment that's greater than what you agreed to, in either case, the law would allow you to start all over again, and nothing that you've said or signed up till now would be used against you. Is that clear, Mr. Sudell?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez?
Yes, sir.
All right. A second set of documents is called a plea agreement. Did y'all look at those carefully with your attorney and understand what you have agreed to? Mr. Martinez?
Yes, sir, I did.
Mr. Sudell?
Yes, sir, I did.
Now, state, excuse me, let's start with Mr. Sudell. Tell me about what the plea is, to what, and what the agreement is.
Yes, Your Honor. He is going to plead no contest to an obstruction. And the state is moves to waive and abandon count 1 and proceed on count 2 of obstruction. And the terms are $500 fine, court costs, 1 year deferred.
Hold on a second.
Yes, sir.
All right, is this an amendment, a motion to amend?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Okay. There's a motion to amend. Now, what is the punishment?
It's a $500 fine, court costs, 1 year deferred adjudication, 48 hours of community service, DWI education, tap eval and follow the recommendations, and ignition interlock for half the term.
Are we doing the VIP also?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'm sorry, what was the last part besides tap evaluation and recommendations?
It was ignition interlock for half the term.
Okay. Which is, the deferred is for 1 year, so it'd be 6 months ignition interlock is a minimum, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, on the motion to amend, defense, any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
There being no objection, the court grants the motion to amend. Defense, does the defense waive the 10-day notice of amendment?
We do, Your Honor.
Then the 10-day notice requirement is waived. And Mr. Sudell, you've been blessed to have an attorney that has helped you reduce the heck out of this case from a extreme intoxication, not only to DWI first, but below that to what's called obstruction of a passageway, highway, or waterway. State of Mr. Barrera, is that going to be deferred also or not?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Okay, gentlemen, I need y'all to listen to me carefully, both of you. I'll finish with Mr. Sudell briefly. Mr. Martinez, Mr. Sudell, you have been blessed to have a deal for deferred adjudication. That means that you're going to enter a plea, each of you, wherein I could find you guilty and you'd have a final conviction the rest of your lives on the charge that you're pleading on. In this particular case, you're going to have deferred adjudication, which I will honor, which says that I do not find you guilty. And listen very carefully. If you live up to 100%, and I mean that very literally, if you live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision, then the case gets dismissed and you're not even convicted of the lesser charge that you're getting deferred on. It's simply one hell of a deal that you're getting. You will probably not ever see that again. I hope you don't have to. But understand, if you fail or refuse to live up to 100% of the conditions, then the state may ask you to give you official notice, bring you in, and if the evidence to me is sufficient, then I can finally give you a conviction that will follow you the rest of your lives. And I can look at 100% of the punishment range for your particular case. Do we understand each other, Mr. Sudell?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez?
Yes, sir, I understand.
By the way, the conditions of supervision, I'm going to recite most of them to you, but then the probation office is going to read them to you. You're going to sign them, and you'll have a copy in your hands. We got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, Mr. Sudell, how do you earn a living? What do you do?
I'm a firefighter paramedic, sir.
Firefighter paramedic. All right. Tell me what your earnings are per month or year, whichever you prefer.
Roughly 62 a year.
All right. Now, based on your plea and the evidence, I find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I honor the agreement that's been reached on your behalf. You are granted deferred adjudication for 1 year. You have a $500 fine plus court costs. I might address that shortly. You will complete 48 hours of community service restitution. the DWI education program, the TAP evaluation and recommendations. You will have ignition interlock installed in your personal vehicle, and during these 6 continuous months, you will not drive any other vehicle other than your own that's equipped with ignition interlock unless you have to drive for the fire department that you work for. Are you with San Antonio AFD?
No, sir. I'm with Converse Fire.
All right. How long you been with them?
I've been with Converse for 3 years, and I've been in the fire service for 10 years.
Well, I thank you for your service, but I remind you, sir, that the worst thing, do you have children you support?
No, sir.
All right. The worst thing that can happen to you as a public servant is that you go out and you get to drinking and get stupid and drive and you go and kill innocent people. Kill yourself, okay, you had it coming. Kill innocent people, And you know that happens all the time. You see it in the news and you see it in the newspapers. Be aware. I'm reminding you of that. So now, on the agreement, I do not accept the $500 fine. I'm making that $1,000 fine. Despite the fact that I thank you for your service to the community, I don't accept that you should pay $500. I get people coming in here with minimum wage jobs that they pay $500 fine on DWIs. And I realize this is technically not a DWI. You're out of that category because of some good lawyering. Now, I have given you a punishment that is greater than what you agreed to. It is your choice. You might start over again if you choose. It's up to you. You want to accept the $1,000 fine or not?
Yes, sir. I accept.
All right. Your supervisory fee will be $56 a month. Questions? Firefighter Sudell.
No, Your Honor.
Questions, Mr. Hernandez?
No, Your Honor.
All right. State?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right. Then stick around, Mr. Sudell. You have to meet with a lady by the name of Luna, Maricela Luna. She is what's called the court liaison officer. She's going to put you on the path on the probation. Listen carefully. Probation will read to you the conditions as I mentioned earlier. Good luck to you. Stay safe. Protect our community and protect it by behaving yourself when you're drinking. You hear?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you. Stay safe, guys. Mr. Hernandez, you're excused. Thank you for your help to this man. You did a good job.
Thank you, Judge. You take care. Good seeing y'all.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Barrera on Mr. Zachary Martinez. What are we doing on these 2 cases? Is he pleading on both or just one?
It's just one, Judge. State is TICing cause number 628537.
All right. I'll also note that briefly. On 628536, Mr. Zachary Martinez, what is your plea?
No contest.
All right. A no contest plea is considered a guilty plea in this court. You know that. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And based on that plea, I could find you guilty. It's my, the report I heard a moment ago was that you're being blessed with a deferred adjudication. Whether you deserve it or not, I don't know, but your attorney got it for you. So, state, what is the punishment that's agreed to?
Yes, Your Honor. It is a $200 fine, court costs 1 year. Oh, excuse me. The state moves to waive and abandon the extreme intoxication enhancement and proceed on a DWI first. And it is a $200 fine, court costs, 1 year deferred, 48 hours of community service, DWI education.
Whoa. On my best days, I wasn't that fast.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Fine, court cost, 1 year deferred.
48 hours of community service.
All right.
DWI education,
All right.
tap eval, and follow the recommendations.
No VIP?
There will be victim impact panel, yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Ignition interlock for half the term.
Okay.
And the state will TIC cause number 628537.
All right. Before we go further, Mr. Martinez, how do you make a living?
BJ's Bar and Grill as a dishwasher.
How long you been working there?
Couple of years.
So you're established there. It's not just temporary.
Sir.
You don't serve. You do the grunt work in the back.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're not handling the alcoholic beverages, etc., except to maybe dump them out when there's something left over in the glass.
Yes, sir.
All right. How old are you, Mr. Martinez?
21.
You got a long life ahead of you, God willing. All right. To the charge, you have pled no contest. Based on your plea of no contest and the evidence, I find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. But I will honor the agreement that's been made for you, accomplished for you by Mr. Barrera. Now, the state has made a motion, Mr. Barrera, to amend, well, actually to waive the, well, does it include an amendment, state?
No amendment, Your Honor.
Okay, so it's just a waiver of the enhancement, but it's reducing it to a deferred proceeding on count 2.
It's just it's not obstruction, Your Honor. It's just we're waiving the enhancement proceeding on
Okay, so
DWI
it's-
first.
I got you. All right. So it is reduced to a DWI first. Any objection by the defense?
No objections, Your Honor.
There being no objection, Mr. Martinez, your charge is officially DWI first. In your case, if you live up to all the conditions, even the DWI first, you will not be convicted. But if you screw up, if you fail or refuse to live up to 100% of the conditions, which you're giving your word here today that you will do, that you will live up to it, then we'll have a hearing, at which time I can enter a finding of guilt and then use the entire punishment, which is a fine from $0 to $2,000 in jail from 0 to 180 days. Is that understood?
Yes, sir. I understand.
All right. The punishment is $200 fine plus court costs. 1 year deferred adjudication. You'll complete 48 hours of community service restitution. I'll address that shortly. You'll complete the DWI education, a TAP evaluation, and recommendations. You'll have ignition interlock installed for 1/2 the term of your probation or deferred adjudication, which is 6 months. Case number 628537 is hereby dismissed as a part of this taken in consideration in this plea. Now, I do not accept the entirety of the agreement. Instead of 48 hours of community service, you're being hit lightly on the fine because of the fact that you're not making a whole lot of money. Are you supporting any children?
Yes, sir.
How many?
10 months.
1 child?
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right. I agree that your fine should be a minimal fine of $200. However, instead of 48 hours of community service restitution, I want you to do 64. That is more than what you agreed to. It's a heavier punishment. But I'm doing this because we can give you consideration on your fine, but I also think you ought to do something in return. And I think you can work more of your community service restitution hours in exchange for a fine. Now, let me remind you of this. What, do you have a little boy or a little girl?
A little boy.
All right. What's his name?
Adonis.
Adonis.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. God bless him. How old is he?
10 months.
Little bitty rascal. Got his whole life ahead of him. You know what's
Yes,
the worst thing could ever happen in your life, right?
losing him.
Worse than that you go out and you drink and get stupid and you kill him in an accident.
Hmm.
That's the very worst thing that could happen to you. And do you think it can happen? If you
No.
drink and drive, it can happen.
Yes, sir.
It happens too much. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now the 64 hours is technically greater punishment, heavier punishment than you agreed to. You want to accept that or you want to start all over?
I accept it.
All right. We're going to do that. The supervisory fee will be a minimum of $25 a month. Now, you two will join Mr. Sudell and Ms. Luna, and you will have explained to you the steps to get to the probation program. Don't forget the ignition interlock will be for 1/2 of the term. Behave yourself, take care of that baby.
Yes, sir.
You guys, you and your families be safe.
All right, you
Mr.
too.
Barrera, good work. You're
Thank you. Judge, I just have one thing. When I was reviewing these documents, my client, he did advise me that he does not have a vehicle. So I would ask you to see if we can put him on the portable device instead.
If you will have him fill out an affidavit saying that, plus I want an affidavit from the person that owned the vehicle that he was in when he got arrested for this DWI extreme intox. You hear what I'm saying? And Ms.
Yes, Your
Luna,
Honor.
those are the conditions, Ms. Luna. Maricela?
Your Honor, she had to log off. This is CLO Deyes. I'm covering for her.
Okay. Make sure that that is noted, Ms. Santos, that
Yes.
in lieu of the ignition interlock, the court is willing to accept the portable alcohol monitor.
Yes, Your Honor.
However, it's on the basis of his submitting an affidavit swearing that he is not driving, doesn't have a vehicle to drive or access to one. And that secondly, whoever owned, Mr. Martinez, who owned the vehicle that you were driving when you got arrested?
At the time, I was living at my dad's, so I was using his car.
All right. And the mother of your child does not have a car?
No, sir. I mean, I borrow my mom's car a lot, but obviously I'm not going to be driving that. So I'm going to
You're
just
not
be
going to
getting.
be driving your mom's car during this proceeding, but during the 6 months. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else from anybody, in this case, Mr. Martinez? Mr. Barrera?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Mr. Barrera, you're excused. Stay safe. Mr. Martinez, you stay safe. Take care of your family and get with, it's not going to be Ms. Luna. It's going to be Ms. Santos that will talk to you about the deferred adjudication you've gotten. All right. Who else?
Judge.
needs to-
Judge.
Hello.
Pardon me, I'm sorry. It's Aldous Strouch. I just had a quick question. I didn't mean to cut anybody else off.
You have a quick question? I might have a quick answer.
Well, I just wanted to provide a case number. I called the clerk and she said I could tune in if I gave you a case number, and I'd like to, and then maybe I can get back with you. 653352. 653352.
Defendant?
Cepeda, Zepeda, Freddie Cepeda. And a warrant had gone out for him, I believe inadvertently, and I just wanted to address the court about that. It's been out for about 10 days and maybe about 2 weeks, and I'm afraid he's going to get picked up and shouldn't be. So I just have some quick information for the court.
All right. Give me a couple of minutes. Stick with me and I'll be right back with you.
Thank you, Your Honor, very much.
All right.
Judge, I'm back for conferring. on Aaron Perez.
Ms. Beza, give me the case number.
It's 648-316.
Gotcha. Okay, Aaron Perez.
Yes, present. I conferred with Catherine, and she's going to look into whether there's another supplemental police report, and that's really going to determine her plea offer. So as soon as she determines whether there's another supplemental report, it is going to make a difference in reference to how we proceed. So we can get a reset, Judge, to see if that offense report is available.
We'll give you a 30-day reset.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused and Mr. Perez be excused as well?
You may both be excused.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
You take care.
Thank you, Judge. You have a
Stay
good day.
safe. All right, who else needs to chime in?
I do, Your Honor. I apologize. I had to go to the 187th first. This is Sharon Thorne. My client, Monica Forster, is online. If I could confer with Catherine Reed, please. Thank you.
It's Catherine Reed Pollard, but who cares about names, right? Sharon Thorne, thank you for checking in. We did have a note that you would be here late. All right.
Approach, Judge, when you get a
Hold on
chance.
just a second. Catherine Pollard, are you available?
Your Honor, she's already in the breakout room with Ms. Thorne. Sorry.
Very good. All right. Somebody else just,
Yes, Cornelius Cox, Judge. Good morning. I'm on Michelle Ramos. She's in the courtroom, and I just need to, if I could have an audience with one of the prosecutors.
is it the late Cornelius Cox?
Yes, Your Honor. But I'm not the, at least I'm not the lately Cornelius Cox.
Cornelius, it's good to see you.
Good to be seen, Judge, by anybody these days. We live in perilous times, Judge.
No kidding. It is now 10:16 and Brother Cox has decided to say hello. Where you been?
Judge, the issue is where I haven't been. I had something in the 290, and I'm gonna have to get back there.
Right.
And
So we want to confer.
Yeah, I just want to confer, Judge. This is a first setting. I was assigned a case on the 3rd, so I just want to you know, set it for, get a pretrial hearing, set date, and then I just want to talk to the prosecutor.
All right, I'm going to put you in line for conferring. Ms. Morgan, are you here?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Are you available to confer with Mr. Cox
Yes, sir, I am.
on Cornelius lately Cox?
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Now, who else needs to report?
Good morning, Judge. It's Jessica Gonzalez.
The late Jessica Gonzalez.
The
How are you,
late Jessica
Jessica?
Gonzalez. I'm like Mr. Cox. I've been in a lot of courts this morning. I just need to be in line to speak to a prosecutor. I think I conferred with Caitlin the last setting, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll put you in line for Ms. Pollard. You should be next, Nicole, when Ms. Pollard finishes with the previous person. Did Karen Corby, did she report on their conferring?
No, Judge, she hasn't came back yet.
They're still not back?
No.
All right. What about Marshall White? I don't recall what he decided.
He left, Judge. He already conferred and we reset him.
Okay. What do we have on Julie Pollock?
What was that?
What do we have on Julie Pollock?
Julie
client.
Pollock, I believe her client showed up, but
Yeah.
she had left, I think. I don't know if she came back.
God.
Oh, she's the one that went to juvenile court.
Right. And for Ivan Barrera, his client that needs the translator, we're gonna have to come back at 1:30 for that one.
For which one?
On Mr. Hernandez. He was the one that was added on for today.
Angel Hernandez.
Yes.
So why are we waiting till 1:30?
Well, because I didn't know we needed a translator and I don't have the function on this Zoom right now, so I have to create another meeting.
Okay. You smooth talker, you convinced me. All right. Now we have a gentleman that's waiting for us, the one with a quick question. Mr. Strouch. Talk
Who you
to me.
talking
Me, Your Honor, I'm right here. Sorry, I had my mute there.
We got 653352 State versus Freddie Zepeda. There is at this time a warrant out of this court. Is that correct?
It is, Your Honor, and I spoke with him this morning, and apparently he'd been notified. I wasn't, and I called the clerk, and she said, "Oh, it shows that he missed a Zoom hearing August 6th. I've gone back through my emails, and I don't have any notice of one. I'm very good about attending them when I receive them, and I'd hate for him to be arrested and picked up and go to jail over a technology issue, if you will. He's always come to my office when I've asked him to. He's not a flight risk. We just weren't notified of the Zoom. That's why he and I are both very surprised that he has a warrant. And again, Judge, it just says that FTA from a Zoom on August 6th. I've gone through my emails, my junk. I have no invitation for that day from County Court 5. So I ask you respectfully to consider recalling the warrant.
I'm making notes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Number one, recall the warrant. Nicole?
Okay, what's this case number?
Thank you, Your Honor.
653352.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
653352. Recall the warrant, reset the case 30 days, and reinstate the prior bond.
Thank you, Judge. And we will be there. I can call the court to get that court date, and we'll be in attendance live or Zoom, whatever you want.
All right. God willing, we'll take care of that. Okay.
When you get a chance.
Hello. Cornelius?
Yes, sir. Judge, I just wanted to announce that I conferred with the state. They've offered her a pretrial diversion program. So I just need enough time to prepare an application, get it into them.
Cornelius Cox? Yeah, all the way up to
Yes. Yeah, so that's what we need, Judge.
How much time you need, Cornelius?
I think they do like maybe a 6-week swing in terms of us getting it, prepping her, get the information back to her. So if I can have, I guess, leave between 30 days and 6 weeks, that should do it.
Let's give you 45 days.
We appreciate it, Judge.
And Judge Cornelius jumped in before I could thank you. I appreciate your help on Mr. Cepeda.
All right, Mr. Strouch, you take good care. Stay safe.
Yes, sir, we will. And farewell to you and Cornelius.
All right, take care, brother.
All right, man.
Cornelius?
Yes, sir.
You and Michelle Ramos are excused.
Thank
Y'all
you, Judge.
stay safe, okay? You've got
All right.
45-day reset. You will be
Probably on the
contacted.
text or in the mail.
Thank you, Judge.
45
You're
days.
welcome.
Good luck, man.
All right.
Your Honor, this is Sharon Thorne. May I approach?
Yes, of course you may.
I've conferred with the state and they've kind of changed the offer a little bit. So I will need to talk to my client. If I can have like a 2-week reset and we might be able to resolve this with a plea.
Okay.
My client's name is Monica Forrester. Do you need a case number?
I'm sure we can find it.
It's
momentarily.
658-141.
658. There it is. Very good. Recall 2 weeks.
Is it gonna be for a plea, Ms. Sharon?
I'm sorry, what?
Is it gonna be for a plea?
I believe so. But I do still need to confer with my client because the state changed things a little bit. So I believe so.
Just let us know. Let me know
I
before
will.
the date. Okay.
Yeah, I will let you know, and then I've given you her email. I'll do it again. So just tell me what day.
Okay, that's gonna be.
All right, Sharon.
Let's do the 17th.
Perfect. Okay. All right, Judge, may be excused, my client.
You both are. Thank you both for being here.
All right.
And stay safe.
I will. Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes.
Ivan Barrera here. So for Mr. J. Angel Hernandez Martinez, the one that's set for a plea, we can come back at 1:30.
Nicole, you said 1:30?
1:30. Catherine,
1:30.
is that okay with you guys?
And that is
Yeah, that should be
Angel.
fine. No,
Okay.
Mr. Barrera, that's Angel Hernandez you were talking about?
Angel Hernandez Martinez, Your Honor.
Very good. All right. Just want to make sure I ain't got the wrong person here.
Señor Hernandez Martínez, ya se puede salir del Zoom. Yo le llamo en un ratito, ¿ok?
Está bien.
Nicole,
Gracias.
Nicole, you're going to have to set that up with interpreters.
Yes.
Okay. You don't, Ivan, you don't come back to this particular Zoom. You have to go to a special Zoom with the interpreter.
Okay, we'll do, Judge.
Come back in, don't worry about it. Come back in at 1:30 and we'll direct you to the Zoom
Yeah.
ID.
Okay, we'll do. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Yes, sir. So did we ever hear from Eduardo Jimenez? Nicole?
No, no, Judge.
Give him a call and see what the hell's going on.
Okay.
Karen Corby left and she's missing in action, although she let us know she did reply. And Jessica Gonzalez is conferring. All right, folks, it is 10:28. Let's take a 15, 20-minute break since we got nothing else going right now. We're waiting for attorneys. Nicole, is there any papers I need to be looking at?
Your Honor, Osmar Mendoza here.
Mr. Mendoza.
Yes, sir. You're told that we're gonna have a break So can I go to the bathroom? Because I'm
Of
in the
course,
parking
yes,
lot
sir.
of my
Yeah.
job. Okay, thank you, sir.
Go ahead, take a break.
Thank you.
Come back at 11.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Judge.
Yes.
Eduardo Jimenez is in another court, and I told him that you just told his client to come back at 11, so he'll be here at 11.
Who's this?
Eduardo Jimenez.
All right. I'll be here.
Okay.
Not much, Joey. Just was checking on you. How you doing? Yeah. That's good. Sleep's good. Yeah. Well, did you talk to the doctors about any of that? Yeah. 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 You still have that property, the ranch? Okay.
Judge, this is Jessica Gonzalez. Can I make my announcement to the court?
If you really want to.
I spoke with Caitlin on Zachary Yates. She needs to look into some things. I was wondering if I can get a reset for him.
Who is that on? Oh,
Zachary
Zachary.
Yates.
Sorry?
30 days, Jessica?
Yes, please.
$30 days it is. You reset for 30 days, Ms. Gonzalez.
Thank you, guys. You guys have a good day. May I be excused?
You are, as long as you stay safe.
I will. Thank you, Judge. Bye-bye.
You're
welcome.
Well, I mean, it's okay during this time. I'm not gonna do that the rest of your life, that's for sure. Well, regardless of whether it's in your bio or not, I expect it. I expect a miracle.
Hey, Nicole, do you have a second?
Yes.
Can you get me an email for defense attorney Oscar Cantu? He's got a setting coming up next week that I need to contact him about.
Okay, let's see.
I just cannot find that email anywhere.
Oh, he doesn't have one.
Oh, well, it's probably why I can't find it.
Exactly. Okay, let me look him up in our other system and see if I can find one, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Hmm.
That's good. That's good. Well, I'm one of those. I'm just checking on you too, Bubba. How about pain?
Did we ever hear from Eduardo Jimenez ourselves, Nicole?
Yes, Judge, he was in another court. He should be coming soon.
Of course not. It's the practice of medicine. Practice. Yeah.
Mr. Contreras, Deputy Contreras,
Yes, sir.
who's in the courtroom there at the back?
Mr. Jesse Salazar. We're waiting on Julie Pollock. She was in juvenile.
Okie dokie.
Catherine, I just sent you his email.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're waiting for 3 attorneys. Eduardo Jimenez, Karen Corby, and Julie Pollock. Julie had the courtesy to show up and announced that she had to go to juvenile court and would be back.
Nicole, this is Karen Corby. May I confer with the prosecutor, please, on Justin Arzola?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, give him a shot. Not this time. Not this time. Yes, sir. Well, you too. You need, I will. You need anything, you call. All right. Well, I work with him every Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, we're still at the church. First Baptist downtown. Yes, sir. Huge church. Getting bigger too. They bought a bunch of property right there facing Broadway. You know, they went ahead and closed the deal last year, so. Cool. Really? What? I didn't hear anything about that.
Judge,
Yes.
on Cornelius Cox, what did we do with him after all? He was a reset, right?
Yeah, the state needs to do some discovery or further the discovery for him.
Okay.
30-day reset.
I'll look at it. Okay, I'll do that. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. I will give you another call later on, Papa. You take care. God bless you too. Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas, Marilyn.
Pardon me?
Judge,
Nicole,
yes.
on 666641.
Yes, I got her phone number, Judge, and I'm gonna call her after we're done with docket.
Okay, so that's taken care of basically.
Yeah. And then, up, further up on the list for Jane Norton, that one was a 30-day reset also.
Say again?
The one for Jane Norton, case number 653538.
Nicole,
Yes,
we have an agreement. Can we reset for next week or the following week for a plea, please?
yes, let me see. We're a little full next week. Can we do the 17th?
17? Okay.
So what's the story on Ms. Corby? What are you reporting?
Judge, I believe we have an agreement and we're just asking for a reset to set up a plea.
You send both me and the state the client's email, please. So we can
Yes,
send
I'm
you the
going to send it to
paperwork.
Caitlin.
Okay, and to me too, because I gotta send you the packet.
Thank you.
All right, reset for a plea.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, back on Jay's case, was that a 30-day reset?
Well, it's gonna be just for a plea. I don't think we need to do 30 days unless Ms.
No,
Corby.
Judge, I'm talking about Jane Norton.
But what?
Jane Norton.
Oh, yeah, that was 30 days.
Okay.
May we be excused, Your Honor, as Karen Corby?
Oh, no. Of course you can. Yes, thank you for being here. Stay safe, Karen.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
I got to. I'm the only one of me that I've got.
Exactly. All
And
right.
my-
Y'all have a great. You have a great day.
Am I excused as well, Your Honor?
Mr. Arzola.
Well, if Ms. Corby wants you excused, we'll excuse you, but not otherwise.
Yes, please. Thank you.
All
And I'll
right.
call you in a little bit, Justin. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you. Bye.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Stay safe, young fella.
Yes, you too.
Omar Mendoza, you're still waiting for your attorney,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jimenez.
Yes.
Well, stick around. We're waiting for him too.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. Jaylene, are we having fun yet?
Judge, were you talking to me?
Yes. Yes, I
did you-
was. I said, are we having fun yet?
Yes, sir, always.
What's that nose? I'll be back in 8 minutes.
Yes, Dylan, like you happy. Oh, is it? Help yourself, brother. Over there on that side. There's no buttons here. It's not that right one, is it? There's not one underneath here.
Can I look at them? Sure. There should have been one for you and one for the judge. Might be this judge. Testing.
Huh? Go on there. You sure it's County Court 5?
Well, that's what Chapman told me. I don't even necessarily alive.
Nope.
I'm going off of his list.
His birthday this weekend. Check, you can check the office, maybe the judge's office.
This one's in the courtroom. The judge should definitely have one though. I don't see one. Probably should judge. Yeah, I understand that. Can't say I'm not going.
Surprise.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad, but it's good for me because I'm not blind.
Yeah.
Probably a wireless thing.
They just have those red buttons here. It says that's not the one. Oti doti.
So it's gonna be wireless, huh?
But if it's wireless, how do you set it off?
Two buttons. It's two buttons you gotta fix.
Oh.
It's like this big. It's got two buttons. That goes underneath wherever you want it.
Where did it go? Are they just like stick on or are they hardwired?
No, these are supposed to be hardwired. Yeah, all the cords are hardwired. But
What's it, these red buttons? Maybe it's these red ones.
the
Red one here and a red one over there.
reset.
You know what? If we have low batteries and other things won't clear, these won't clear either.
Okay.
So let's go clear everything else and I'll see if this one clears.
The points in the closet also.
If there's any, so the way the view panels are, if there's anything latched on the panel, latched on, nothing else will clear. They don't have any authority to clear anything. Especially if there's a low battery, they won't allow them to clear any alarms that have come through. So let's go check those. I think you're right. I think it's those.
Okay, should reset all this.
Thanks, sir.
Take care, fellas.
Yeah.
Anything going on?
Everybody's waiting except for Annie.
Nicole, anything going on? Any reports?
Judge,
Yes.
on page 2, case number 652772. Thomas Placer, that was a reset also, right?
Sorry?
That was a reset also for Thomas Placer?
Right, it's supposed to be a dismissal is what I was announced.
Oh, okay,
On Thomas Glacier,
yes.
you announced that y'all would be dismissing, is that correct? State?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Now, Engelke never showed up either, did he?
No, his client's an FTA. Already
Right,
has a warrant.
but the attorney didn't show up at all.
No. What about, what happened with Carolyn?
Huh?
With Carolyn Whitman?
On Carolyn Whitman, we set her for 10 days to produce her client, Alexandra Guzman. Did we hear from Mr. Jimenez ourselves, Nicole?
Yes, he said that he would come on at 11. Already past 11.
Yeah, it's 11:05. Well, 04 technically. He's the only one on the first page that we're waiting for. On the second page, we only have Julie Pollitt, but she's in juvenile court.
Right. I'm calling Edward back. Eduardo.
There you go. Thank you. And then we have one at 1:30, which is Mr. Barrera's Angel Hernandez. What's
Right.
that name? What's that name, Nicole?
It is Angel Hernandez.
Very good. All right. Yeah, I'm smiling.
After being away from his daughter for 2 years. He surprised her at school this afternoon, days before she expected to see him again. 70's Jennifer Martin. Nervous, excited, anxious.
Josh Martin hasn't seen his daughter Zaylee in 6 months.
This is something I picked up. Powerful.
For 9 months in 2017, he was deployed in South Korea with the U.S. Army. Then for 2 years, he was stationed in Texas at Fort Hood with his wife, Brittany.
This sounded really good. For me, it was hard to go away. Big difference from down home again. Missing 2 years basically.
Meanwhile, Zaylee's been living with her great-grandmother, waiting.
Missed him.
He's been counting the days down on the calendar. Now Josh is walking through the halls of Spindale Elementary with a rush of excitement.
Actually, for the school. We brought back news for sure. There we go and see it.
The school arranged for him to slip inside Zaylee's classroom during a game of Heads Up 7-Up. This time, he was waiting for her at the front of the classroom. For Zaylee, it was a moment of relief.
When I live around, I was nervous.
This In Rutherford County, Vermont, in 7 years.
Okay,
Yeah, those get me every time. Yeah, we do. Box makes the most comfortable shoes in the world. You can grab all of these styles online at
Hershey's milk chocolate with no almonds. It's mostly sweet wine. Well, this morning a couple is beginning their new life as husband and wife. When their families got together this weekend, they celebrated both the future and a life changing moment. Years ago, Lee Woodruff shows us how police officers quit thinking back then about the broad deceiving big day country legal. Good morning, guys. Well, Captain Joseph Barker has been on the Yonkers police force for 45 years. In that time, he saved over a dozen lives and helped rescue victims trapped at Ground Zero. But it was one rescue of a small baby that this cop says is the highlight of his career. At a Chicago park on Saturday, the Hamida and Salah families had everything. Great food, games for the kids. Some relatives traveled as far as the West Bank to attend the wedding weekend. But the honored guest, Joe Barca and his wife, drove from New York to see the young bride, Shamala Hamida, who have your family who provided for. How does your family treat Joe? They love him. They're excited to see him under the angel. They couldn't wait for this day to see him and his wife. He's really more than a guest. He's like a second father. He's not just a friend or a hero of his family. It was December 1993 when Sergeant Barker responded to a call. This radio call came in of a child not breathing. Shayla's older brothers, Ahmed and Ali, remember the day in vivid detail. Remember the mom yelling, top of her lungs, my father, Shayma, she's not breathing, he's broken, lifeless. The child from the parent checked for vital signs, found none. I jumped into the backseat of the car with the baby, still doing CPR for the ride to the hospital. By the time they arrived, her throat was cleared, her heart began beating again. Baby Shayma was breathing on her own. Her dad said he could feel worse than me. And I said to him, "Did I think you're fine?" Yeah, well, that's your baby cry. And we just broke down. Bahia Hamida, Shayma's mother. Can you still remember that day? And I remember I cried. Police said it was now. I'm glad. Joe and Helen never lost touch with the Hamidas after the family moved to Buffalo. They treat Shayma like a daughter. Every year they never miss my birthday. And for Christmas, they all send a card and a letter. They're just so sweet. It's a thought that counts really. What did you think when you got the news of Shayma's death? I said, "Not my little baby. What's up with that?" Yesterday, Joe honored them to see her walk. As a person who's seen more than that, where does this one? Oh, this one right up on top. And I go out there for a reason, and the reason is to help. Makes me want to say people's lives for me. Maybe I can be people's lives for years later. Should I get that chance? Recently graduated from nursing school, and Joe and Helen Barker have 2 grown sons, a teacher and 2 police officers in Yonkers, just like their dad. Joe plans to retire next year after 45 years of sports. He looks forward to spending time with his wife and grandkids. Sure. Our series of perfect union aims to show that what unites us as Americans is far greater than what divides us. New Jersey State Trooper Michael Patterson pulled over a retired officer earlier this month. Sean Miller showed how that key factor allegedly was leading to 27 years in the making. Michelle, good morning. Good morning. It's the moment every driver dreads, been pulled over by a police officer. And while Trooper Patterson began to turn after roadside, the indifferent twist to remain accepted. With his body camera, so Michael Patterson pulled over a white BMW, only caught was a routine traffic stop.
Caitlin Morgan,
Yes, Your Honor.
have you heard from Mr. Eduardo Jimenez at all on this case?
Which case is it?
It's 626-891 Mendoza. Mr. Mendoza's been here since 9 a.m.
Let me check.
I tried calling him back, Judge, but I just get his voicemail now.
No, sir, I don't have any, and Catherine Pollard does not have any either.
How many
Has not
times?
heard.
How many times has this case been called, in court, do you know?
Let me check.
Does it reflect it? Do you have the notes?
I believe this is the second time, Judge. This, it was originally December of 2019.
December what?
December of 2019.
This case is well over a year old, huh?
Yeah. Oh, and then it was reset in April of 2020. And then reset in November. So yeah, it's been reset quite a few times.
Well, those other resets, our court didn't have a docket, so those I don't think necessarily count.
Right, that's true, yeah. That was the first year of COVID, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Nonetheless, it's over a year old and there's been no conferring with the state.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Set it for jury docket.
For the call docket?
Yep.
Okay. We can do that.
If Mr. Jimenez wishes to do other than go to trial, then he's gonna have to belly up and get it done.
Okay. Let me give him the date right now.
Are there any motions filed on this case?
Not that I can tell, Judge.
Is this hired or appointed? I can't see on my docket. Nicole,
I'm sorry, what was that, Judge?
on Mr. Mendoza, Eduardo Jimenez, was he hired or appointed?
He's hired.
Okay. All right. Mr. Mendoza, I'm excusing you for the rest of the day. I suggest you get a hold of your attorney that you hired. Let him know that this thing is set for a jury docket. If he wishes to do anything besides not show up, he should contact my coordinator.
Your Honor, I have a couple of questions.
Oh, he's coming in, Judge. There he is.
Oh.
Mr. Jimenez.
Hello, Judge. I just came from the 144th. Apologize for the delay, but I'm here for Osmar Mendoza, I believe.
This thing is over a year old. I had just ordered it be put on the jury docket.
Okay.
If you want to do anything else, you better let me know now.
Well, I need to talk to Mr. Mendoza if you would allow me to, Your Honor.
Of course, he's your client. Nicole, would you place them in breakout?
Yes. Okay. So now we just have the person in the courtroom for Ms. Pollock.
What was that? What was that, Nicole? Sorry.
The one person in the courtroom for Ms. Pollock.
Oh, okay. I thought you said one of our names.
I think that's all we have left, Judge.
Pardon me?
Just instead of my hand, I said, sir, that was me. That was me. My name is Michael Patterson. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for having me. So this is the home where Michael was born and raised. Matthew, Michael, and his mom had a chance to return to the scene of the shooting 27 years later. What was going on? They trained in the academy for this? I'm not thinking about, hey, why don't you get out of the car, let's take a picture together. That's not going through my mind. Family suggested that we take pictures together, so if you don't mind, just give me a call at your earliest convenience, and maybe we'll. Sure. I haven't been there yet, but.
Nicole, have we heard from Patty at all?
You're invited to join 16 daredevils on a crisscrossing journey. Starting with a hero story here with this man, benefit was taking your lives living with us. You're a near-death experience, you're a project, a lot of heavy traffic going through the area at the time. Melissa planned that out. That both decisions and Melissa, that could be the vehicle of the state trooper.
Yeah, Chris, the man never experienced it. No, when he saw this super piece of ground, it all started right when the phone was in complex. Jimmy Brecklidge took the whole Thursday to an unexpected turn. He requested a Uber driver, and he was off and running. Then he sensed his driver suffered a seizure on the wheel on I-4 near 9275.
It's accelerating gas, and instantly I'm in the backseat of the okay, my life is pretty much over at this point.
Michael was able to safely get the car to the side of the road. He says that's when the driver awoke in a panic.
He was actually trying to put the car into gear, and so he's fumbling with the car.
Franklin jumped in a car, and behind him was a border highway patrol trooper, Jack Titus.
He starts walking up towards me, to assist and assess the situation. And as he does that, the driver mistakenly puts the car in reverse and hits the officer. This side, the car, and this did that. The adrenaline's racing. The heart, is going a million miles an hour. And I think about the next happens. This needs to end well.
With so much adrenaline, Franklin was able to lift the vehicle off the brakes. He suffered non-threatening injuries. All 3 men involved as a speed gun and Franklin and some would even consider him a hero tonight.
Honestly, I just was somebody who was in a position to help and right place at the right time. I'm glad that, I had something to do with it. I was being observed.
Do it again.
Absolutely. In a heartbeat.
Chemical. He had plans to meet up with Trooper Hikes after he recovered from fevers. Trooper Hikes credits him for saving his life. He says his job was kept right before prison.
Legendary director Clint Eastwood returns.
You're kind of good on me, kid.
Very much so.
This is John Longoria. Hello.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
I think he was on the,
Mr. Contreras, who do you have there still?
Jesse Salazar, waiting on Attorney Pollock.
Okay, yeah. All right. We'll wait and see if she gets back before 11:30. Otherwise, we might just go ahead and release him.
All right, sir. We'll be here.
5 minutes.
This is Eduardo Jimenez. May I speak to a prosecutor, please, about Osmar Mendoza?
okay. I'm gonna put you in another breakout room.
All right.
Go ahead. Here comes Julie.
Banging, calling the deputy's name repeatedly. And Deputy Cox later told me he didn't realize he had passed out. He had no idea that he had suffered an emergency. And that's actually what woke him to the point that he was semi-conscious. And I think he looked up and he saw the inmate pain.
Miss Julie,
What is the issue? What's the problem with Jeffrey House? What's happening?
Nicole, did my client ever show up?
Your client is in the courtroom.
All right. He's got a case out of County Court 13. I was wondering if both of these cases could be combined. It's very difficult to confer on two cases with two sets of prosecutors.
Okay, Judge, do we transfer that to 13?
Let's see, ours is a criminal mischief. Yes, go ahead and transfer it to her.
We can transfer? Okay. Trans- Okay, we're gonna transfer that, Ms. Julie. I gotta get with civil. I don't know. Is there a court date for the other one that you know of?
I believe there is,
By the way,
Let me check.
Julie, there's also a felony pending in there.
Yes.
oh, is there?
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
actually set for Tuesday.
Well, there might be a MTR in the 379th. It's case number 2017 CR 8406.
No, on that one, Judge, he was already sentenced on the first felony. On the second one, it says serving sentence. But obviously he is not. The one for County Court 13 is set for next Tuesday. So I can reset it for that day and then just transfer that over today. If you want, Mr. Lee.
Well, Nicole, contact County Court 13. and
Okay.
Let them know it's our intent to transfer it over there since there's two different cases. And this one appears to be less significant, obviously, than the 13 case.
Right.
Alrighty?
Okay.
Alrighty. Ms. Pollock, then you're excused, and I'll have our deputy excuse Mr. Salazar unless you want to meet with him or something.
I would like him to contact me if he can call me.
Yes, I'll
Your
get a
mom
hold.
has my number.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I have no contact with her, so I can see if she give it to my brother. Maybe my brother can give it to me.
What are you talking about?
I just
Attorney
need.
Pollock?
I'm not supposed to have any contact with my mother, so I'm seeing if she can give my brother her number, or if she can give it to me right now and I can write it down.
Is that all right, Judge, if I give my phone number? I know we're
Yeah.
on Zoom.
Your office number?
My